Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
Israeli Defense Forces have stated they cannot confirm reports regarding the possible death of Hamas's chief, Yahya Sinwar. Well, sources are expressing conflicting views within the defense establishment. Now, this I found very, very interesting because this all follows a report where White House National Security spokesman John Kirby identified Sinwar himself as, quote, the major obstacle, end quote, to achieving a ceasefire, noting that he has not shown a willingness to negotiate in good faith, and then Israel may have killed him. So, again, the guy is a terrorist leader, so he gets what he gets, but there is very interesting back and forth about whether or not he's been put on ice or not. The world's better if he has, so let's hope that he has.
Number 6.
State Senator Wes Kitchens, a Republican out of Arab, recently visited the U.S. southern border with fellow lawmakers to participate in a border school program aimed at tackling the ongoing immigration crisis. Now, this is interesting in a couple different ways. One, he noted the significant increase of immigration issues in Alabama, particularly Haitian immigrants, and expressed a commitment to developing state legislation to address these challenges in the upcoming session. I don't know what that legislation looks like, but I welcome it. I want to see more of it. I want lawmakers to be creative and try to come up with a solution to these things. That's what we need in this country. We need the states to start thinking about how they can handle this. Yes, it involves a fight with the federal government, no doubt. But maybe it's a fight we need to have.
Number 5.
The race is definitely a toss-up, as former President Donald Trump is leading Vice President Kamala Harris in 3 pivotal swing states with a 5-point advantage in Arizona, a similar lead in Georgia, and the race in North Carolina. In some are closer at 49-47. But Harris leads nationally by as many as 5 points. Now, this comes amidst a highly competitive national landscape where a recent Fox News poll shows her up only 2. So just keep this in mind. This stuff is still a close toss-up race, and I think we're going to continue to see this. And look, I want to see more debates and all this other stuff. We'll talk about that here in a second. It doesn't look like we're going to get those, but we'll explain all of that in just a bit. But the race is tight. The race is close. Anyone who tells you this thing is over is just lying to you.
Number 4.
As Montgomery cops laughed at the city's number 2 ranking on a list of safest cities in America, that's 100% true. I talked to multiple Montgomery police this weekend, and they laughed. They laughed. Like belly laughed at this. And I point that out because it wasn't like, ha 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 ha. I mean, these people were laughing their ass off. The Metro Area Crime Suppression Unit touted significant strides in its first 3 months of existence. This is a team between the Attorney General's office, state law enforcement, and the Montgomery police. Maybe we need to see that move a little north to Birmingham. The task force was formed to combat rising violent crime in Montgomery, which is weird because it's the number 2 safest city in the country, right? Oh, okay, yeah, that's of course stupid. 1,300 traffic stops, 127 arrests, 16 stolen vehicles, and they seized enough fentanyl to kill 5,000 people.
Number 3.
Turns out there will not be a second debate after former President Donald Trump rejected a CNN invitation. I don't know how to feel about this. I thought that the CNN debate with Donald Trump and Joe Biden was really good, mostly because Jake Tapper and Dana Bash shut their ignorant yobs and they didn't get involved. Vice President Kamala Harris accepted the debate. Of course she would. Why wouldn't she? I mean, come on. Usually they bend over backwards to help her, like she bent over to get in. Never mind. There has been, let's be clear about this, a desire for some people to have this election, or excuse me, these debates take place. They want Donald Trump to go in there and do a better job. Trump says, no, this is too late. The problem with the debate is it's just too late. Voting has already started. Now she wants to do a debate right before the election with CNN because she's losing badly. That's a quote. Not sure that all of that is true, but no debate is happening.
Number 2.
U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville, Republican out of Auburn, expressed excitement about attending the upcoming Georgia-Alabama football game with former President Donald Trump, saying that there is nothing bigger going on in the South. Now, to all of our lawmakers who are listening, I offer you this. I'll be your plus one. I'm willing to be your plus one and go up into the skybox with you and Donald Trump. I'm willing to. All you got to do is reach out to me. Have your people reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do that. I haven't been to Bryant-Denny Stadium, Saban Field in like 2 weeks. So if they want me to go, I'm more than happy to go. I'll buy my own alcohol. I'll just put it that way. Anyway, Tuberville said that he wants Trump to come despite recent assassination attempts and notes the extensive planning required for Trump's security. He emphasized the importance of his connection with the public at these events, and it's going to be on TV, and people are going to be watching in Georgia.
Time for the number one thing you'll be talking about today.
On Friday, Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin was touting his Safer Streets initiative. Could you imagine? Could you imagine being the mayor of the city of Birmingham and actually going on Twitter and be like, thanks to our Safer Streets teams in Eastlake, they're doing a great job and they're gathering feedback from plans as we continue to make the neighborhood safe for all residents. Do you need the people of Eastlake to tell you, hey, we don't like guns being used at all hours of the day and the fear that we're constantly living in? Please help us. Do you need that? Well, that was Friday. On Saturday night, 4 were killed, 17 were injured in more street violence in the city. Call it gang violence, call it street violence, call it whatever you want. There was another possibly related shooting on Sunday evening. Foolishly and without evidence, the pathetic joke of a mayor, Randall Woodfin, has been running around and getting positive media attention for his position that this has to stop. I mean, that's literally what he's doing. He's talking about how this really needs to stop, and he's taking a big position of being against all the murdering going on in his city. Bold guy here. Getting on national television and talking about Glock switch bans, which, again, have nothing to do with this because there's already a federal ban, and a local state ban would have done nothing to stop this. He just doesn't have anything else to offer. He has nothing else to offer his citizens or the state of Alabama or anyone, so he goes on television and says, someone else should do something about our city. You have a culture problem that you refuse to address. You're trying to be the GQ mayor, as one wise person once said. You're trying to be like, I'm the mayor who wears sneakers. And look at these jeans I'm wearing in this coat and a t-shirt underneath. I'm the cool mayor. You're the bad mayor. Okay? You're a bad mayor. And you're failing in every possible way. If you had any shame, you would probably would resign, but that's not going to happen. An absolute embarrassment. Coming up here in a little bit, we will speak with Jay Town about this. He's a former U.S. attorney from the Northern District of Alabama. He's going to tell you Birmingham is not beyond help, and he's more than willing to get in there and help. So he wants to be a part of the solution and talk to Woodfin about doing the right thing. And that's possible. We'll do it right here on this program. So stay tuned as we get to that here in just a little bit. You are welcome to jump in here and get involved. It is all very simple for you to do so. 866-494-WVNN, 866-494-9866. You can join us. I asked a little question earlier if you are interested in letting your kids move to Birmingham, and somebody said only if the other job offer is in Montgomery. So that's an interesting way to answer that question. I do appreciate that. We'll get to some more of your answers as we move forward here this morning. Keep it locked right here on WVNN. We will be right back.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.